The game actually ends when Arthur Morgan ends.
Seems like it all must end this way, because Vandalin put my life to an end when he decided to betray me at the very end. My name is Arthur Morgan.
His wife is pretty stacked. Okay, wow, that was crazy. I've been thinking a lot about a certain video game, probably one of the greatest video games of all time. Red Dead Redemption 2. Pretty sure you played it. You might have even seen iShowSpeed marathon the entire game. That inspired me to revisit it. It had one of the greatest protagonists in the history of video games. I'm not going to talk like that this entire time, guys, but I just can't stop thinking about Arthur Morgan. Watching iShowSpeed play through that game really reminded me just how great of a protagonist Arthur Morgan is. And of course, you spend countless hours with that guy. You see him go through highs and lows, trying to deal with Dutch Vanderlyn, dealing with Micah, dealing with the O'Driscolls, and then he catches tuberculosis, and of course, until he meets his inevitable end by the betrayal of both Vanderlyn and Micah. And of course, he dies because he's got a couple of wounds, and of course, he's still got that black lung going on. And if I just spoiled the game for you, oh well. It's been several years since the game came out. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, well, that's on you, because it's one of the greatest video games of all time. Not just one of the greatest video games made by Rockstar Games, but just a great story in general. And so I wanted to let y'all in on a little secret. Come closer. Come close. The game actually ends when Arthur Morgan ends. At least in my opinion, that's what I'm saying. I know there's more you can do with Mr. Marsden. I don't care, though. I never cared about John Marsden, and I never will. No offense to him. I'm sorry, Abigail. I do care about your husband, but I don't care about him more than I do about the GOAT, who is Arthur Morgan, man. Look at this guy. He's what the game is all about. He's who the game is all about. But when he dies, we're left with an epilogue with John. And it's so hard to just get into it. And I want to talk to y'all about that. So, straddle up on your horses, boys, because we're going to ride and talk about just how good and great Red Dead Redemption is. Woo! Yeah! So, of course, we all know how the game starts off. It's so cold out. It's in the snow. I don't even have my hat. Hold on. We start out with Dutch Vanderlyn, and we think he's a good guy. But of course, those of you who have played Red Dead Redemption Part 1, you know what's going on with Dutch. This is indeed a prequel to the story of Red Dead Redemption 1, but not a lot of people have played it. In fact, I've never played Red Dead Redemption 1. I know all about it, but I haven't played it. As a matter of fact, if y'all would like to see me do a playthrough of the first Red Dead Redemption video game, I want y'all to drop a comment down below, say play it, all caps, just type play it. I'll stream it for you. Yeah. So you know, it's such a good game because you grow to love Arthur Morgan. And so the fact that the game just continues onward without him is a bit of a travesty, but it's understandable. It's a story that needed to be told. We needed to know the motivations behind Dutch and the motivations behind John that brought us to the events that we saw play out in Red Dead Redemption 1, the first story. This one was a lot more grounded, though. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a lot more grounded than its predecessor by a long shot. I don't know what the Housers were doing, but they sure were in the kitchen cooking. They were like, hey, we got to make something super special when it comes to Red Dead Redemption 2. We got to have the balls on the horses shrinking. We got to have them pooping. We got to have a lot of mechanics when it comes to the animals in this game. Like, it just looked amazing, but not only that, the story the story was so good. And of course, we saw allusions to the potential death, the potential demise of Arthur Morgan throughout the story, especially when he caught the black lung, when he caught tuberculosis. We knew something was gonna happen there. We knew this man was not long for the world. And also, those who just got into Red Dead Redemption 2 for the very first time, for those that have actually played the previous game, you were probably wondering, where the hell was Arthur Morgan in the first game? Did I miss something? Was there an Easter egg hidden underneath it? So you probably knew something was going to happen to this protagonist. Either he just went away, he rode off into the sunset like cowboys do, or he met the ultimate demise that most cowboys do. Of course, unfortunately, inevitably, it was the latter. And that's all because of Dutch Van der Linde and him wanting to go to Tahiti. Wanted to be shipping coconuts in Tahiti. What did he want to do? It was, we're going to be shipping coconuts in Tahiti. There were no coconuts? There were no coconuts to be sipped in Tahiti, unfortunately, unless our boy, Arthur Morgan, finds himself in heaven. I have no idea. But this was one of the most grounded protagonists that Rockstar Games ever conceived. I mean, of course, Niko Bellic from Grand Theft Auto 4 was just as grounded. Of course, the protagonists from Grand Theft Auto 5, they literally seemed like cartoon characters. Hey, I'm gonna give it up to the actor that played Trevor. Stephen Ogg, you were right. You did play a cartoon character. But that's only because that was a direction that the writers decided to take with those particular characters. When it came to Niko Bellic and Arthur Morgan, their stories, their characters were a lot more grounded, that if you were to call them cartoon characters, you'd be doing them a disservice. All the other protags in the Rockstar universe were larger than life. And that's not to say that Niko Bellic and Arthur Morgan aren't larger than life. It's to say that they're steeped in reality. A lot more than all the other characters that we've seen throughout Rockstar Games. I mean, that bully kid, what was the name of the bully kid? I always called him a bully because he just seemed like a freaking bully. He definitely didn't seem like a real character. He sucked. Also, I gotta let y'all know, I recently just purchased Bully on the PlayStation 2. If you don't believe me, hold on, I'll go show you. What? Here it is. Check this out. See, I just got this because I never actually played Bully, and I've been wanting to. So if you want to see me do a playthrough of this on the channel, let me know in the comment section down below. Just say, play Bully, and I'll play it. But Arthur Morgan was a great character, and he will be missed. When I saw him die, I wanted to hold him in my arms and just say, no, this can't be how the story ends. But it wasn't how the story ended. No, it continued with John. But for me, that was way too emotional at the time. I couldn't go through with the rest of the game. I actually had to literally stop and pause. I needed at least 20 minutes because I don't know about you. I cried. I'll admit it, you know. I'm man enough. I'm man enough to admit it. Even though I'm dressed like a cowboy, yeah, I was a cow man when I saw him die. It made me cry. It was one of the most emotional moments that I've ever seen play out in a video game, and it really meant a lot to me. And I needed to take pause, literally take pause on this game so that I could gather my thoughts. How did this make me feel? The fact that we're just thrusted into the lifestyle of John and his family and him trying to be a regular everyday man, it just didn't sit well with me. So I decided, for me, this is where the story ends. Now, I did watch iShowSpeed's playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2, and that was where I was, again, inspired to make this video right here that you're watching, but I was also inspired to go back and revisit it, you know, pick up where I left off. And it's nice to see things kind of come a little bit full circle. You see what happened to Dutch that leads to his inevitable demise in the first video game. Now, of course, like I said before, I haven't played the first video game, but I was wondering, I was curious though, who is this Dutch character? I was curious about him. So I did actually watch the cinematic of how he died. So he does die. Take that, man. You deserved it. But he killed himself, though. That was the thing. I wanted justice for Arthur Morgan. Wish John could have grabbed his hands around that guy's neck and just strangled him. But he does die. Hopefully, did I just spoil that for you? That game is even older than Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you haven't played it yet, when are you gonna play it? You know, I, for one, really do want to play this on a live stream. I wanna see if I can even platinum it. Out of all the games that I've played from Rockstar, never in a 1,000 years did I think that there would be a portion of one of their games that would make me get into my feelings, feeling like I'm Drake about to cry, staring out of a window, just wishing that person important in my life would come back, but knowing that they never will because they're gone. Whew, that just got deep, didn't it? It just got deep, man. Damn. But this was the first of one of the Rockstar games that made me actually feel emotional. And again, who's to say any of the other ones that I probably have missed won't make me cry? I haven't played Manhunt. Will that make me cry? I haven't played Manhunt 2. Will that make me cry? I doubt it. Just based upon what I know about those games, I doubt that they'll make me cry. Also, again, y'all want me to play those? Look, I'm trying to play as many Rockstar games as I possibly can just to prepare myself for what's in store in GTA 6. Because y'all already know, I feel like there's going to be a bit of an emotional turn in this particular game. One that we witnessed in Grand Theft Auto 4, though. Grand Theft Auto 4 was grounded. If you look at what Rockstar has been doing, especially with the Grand Theft Auto universe, the HD universe specifically, Grand Theft Auto 4 was a lot more serious, and then Grand Theft Auto 5 was a little bit more lighthearted. And I'm thinking that in Grand Theft Auto 6, they're going back to what made them grounded in Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 3 before that was a bit lighthearted. As a matter of fact, we never even heard Claude talk. That man kept his mouth shut the entire time. Everyone around him were characters except for him, which is just what it was. And of course we had, San Andreas and we had Vice City, but I look at those a little bit more lighthearted, because those aren't even part of the HD universe. So you can just you can go ham and go crazy in that particular universe. But when we got to the HD universe with Grand Theft Auto 4, things were a lot more serious and grounded. Then it took a turn in Grand Theft Auto 5, and now I believe there's going to be some emotional strings that are going to be pulled, an emotional twist that you won't see coming, that we won't see coming in GTA 6. Just because I feel, much like us, Rockstar Games has matured. They want to give us something that's a lot more grounded. You look at what Naughty Dog did with the Last of Us series, and those games were a lot more serious and grounded and narratively driven than most games that we've seen as of late. It's one of the few games that actually brought a tear to my eye, and one of the few games that made me be like, I want to kill Abby. Abby, you killed my man. Every single time now that I see a golf club, I'm scared and I don't want to play golf ever. I hate golf. Tiger Woods, I hate him now, because every time I see someone hit that golf ball, I can't help but think that's Joel's head. They're hitting Joel's head, man. I'm having flashbacks right now, man. I can't believe. And HBO, they coming up with the season 2, and I don't want to. Let me calm down. It's okay. But you know what? A lot of great, iconic pop culture icons have died due to some sort of sporting equipment. I mean, we got Joel dying due to a golf club, and Glenn from The Walking Dead, who died due to a baseball bat. I guess that's just the way to go out. You just get your head smashed in like grapefruits. But I'm getting sidetracked here. This is a story about the main man, my man, Arthur Morgan. A guy who will be missed. I don't mean to turn this into a eulogy, but I don't know if we're ever going to see a greater protag in a video game to date. I don't think it's ever going to happen ever again. I don't think it's going to happen in this year, next year, or the year after that. So if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, well, you're doing yourself a disservice. I want you to pick up whatever console you have. If you have a PC, if you have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, I want you to pick it up place it in front of your television, buy Red Dead Redemption 2 and play it. Not for you, but for Arthur Morgan. And I know I can't be the only one that agrees that Arthur Morgan is quite the hero, but I get the logic. I get the logic behind playing as John Marston in Red Dead Redemption 2, because this is supposed to be a lead up into the first game. So it only makes sense for at least the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2. They kind of pass the torch, if you will, to the next player, the next protag that you will be in control of. Now, I don't know how Red Dead Redemption 1 ends. I have no idea if John Marsden is still alive at the end of that game. I have no idea if there's an epilogue if it comes to Red Dead Redemption 1. But I want to find out. And so I will be playing the game. I would love for us to go on this potentially emotional journey together. Watching iShowSpeed play for countless hours, play Red Dead Redemption 2, it really just inspired me. He's one of the few streamers that I actually watch and inspire me to keep going. He inspires me to stay motivated, to keep doing what it is that I am doing. My love of games, hopefully it comes through and it shines through in these videos that you see. And I want y'all to see me raw and unedited, no fancy stuff, no fancy footwork, like this. You're not gonna see any of that stuff. You're just gonna see me in front of a green screen, unscripted, playing one of the best video games ever made. I assume. I don't know, but Rockstar Games, they never miss. There hasn't been a single Rockstar game that I've ever played that I didn't like, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like Red Dead Redemption 1. So I want y'all to come along with me on this journey. Our main man, Arthur Morgan, isn't gonna be in that video game. Well, it's gonna be worth something, because we got John. John is a nice, I guess, consolation, prize, I guess, the secondary prize. He's second to Arthur Morgan. How f***ed up is that, by the way? Like, we prefer Arthur Morgan over John Marston. I want you to put the two characters side by side, okay? What you got? You got Arthur Morgan, hailing supreme over here with his black lungs, and then you got John Marston with his little Peabody son and his wife is pretty stacked. This guy's a bachelor. This guy's got a family. This guy's dead. This guy's alive. Well, when you put it like that, I guess. Hold on here. I don't care. You're done, John. Sorry, I didn't mean to, but he's always going to be my guy, and I'm going to go with him each and every time. I'm betting on black. I am black, so yeah. But anyways, I'm kind of curious to know y'all's thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2 as a whole, Red Dead Redemption 2 as a story, the narrative that it told of Arthur Morgan. Did you actually stick around and play all of the epilogue with John? Did you go back and see that grave? Did you go up that hill, up that mountain to find that grave? I'm kind of curious about this, though. I was kind of curious. I was like, wait a minute. This is where Arthur Morgan died. Who found his body? Who buried him there? Like, who constructed all of this? Jamaica ran away. Dutch? It's probably Dutch. Even though Dutch did betray him, he probably had enough respect for Arthur. I would like to think that there was a little bit of good in Dutch. Even though it seemed like he was lacking morals, I feel like if he respected you as a human being, as a person, he would show you that respect. But he was a greedy man, and his greed got the best of him, which is why he took out one of the most loyal G's you could ever have on your team. And I'm so sorry, Arthur. He deserved a lot more. It's just a shame that he wasn't able to get what he really did deserve, which was a life worth living in Tahiti with stacks of gold surrounded by beautiful, beautiful courtesans. That's like one of those old school words for women or of the night, mistresses. You know what I'm talking about. But he deserved a lot more than what he was actually given. It's just a shame. And since he did, in fact, deserve a lot more, I decided to give him a lot more. I wrote this song just for you, Arthur. Hopefully you like it.
Guess I'm struggling to just find a path forward for us all. I don't want to die. But if I have to, I will. So, Forgive me.
My name is Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I come from a land that's boring. Trying to find a land, believe me, that we will soon find our own Tahiti. My name is Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I come from a land that's boring. Yeah, trying to find a land, believe me, that we will soon find our own Tahiti. Trusted in touch, looking like that was too much. Damn, it was full of some guff. I'm looking rough, tuberculosis is too tough. Give me a cigar to puff. What is this stuff? Sheriff put me in handcuffs, stealing from Leviticus. I'm out of luck, dying it really just suck. Hoping I don't run a mug. My name is Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I come from a land that's boring. Yeah, trying to find a land, believe me, that we will soon find our own Tahiti. Yeah, I never wanted to die this way, but it seems like it all must end this way, because Vandalin put my life to an end when he decided to betray me at the very end. Yeah. My name is Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I come from a land that's boring. Yeah, trying to find a land, believe me, that we'll soon find our own Tahiti. My name is Arthur Morgan. Yeah, I come from a land that's boring. Yeah, I'm trying to find a land.
Damn, it's the tuberculosis. Fucking O'Driscolls. So there you have it, the story of Arthur Morgan. He was a good man. He was a great man. He started out here in these cold, wintry mountains with Dutch Vanderlyn, till that asshole decided to kill him. He killed him good, too. It's a damn shame, too, that he had to die. But I would love to know your thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd love to know your thoughts specifically on Arthur Morgan. Have you played the game? What did you think about it? What were your thoughts on that whole ordeal? Them taking him out. Not only that, but did you play Red Dead Redemption, the first one, years ago? Kind of curious to know about that one, actually. And if you like this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. And more importantly, did you like that song? Did you like that song? It took me a long time to write that damn song, and I hope you guys liked it. I'm not a singer by any means, but Arthur Morgan means so much to me that I decided to write this man a song and stick it in my damn video. Hopefully you liked it. There's plenty more where that came from, but only if you like up this video. So yeah, please subscribe if you want more content such as this, and until the next one, well, I'll be seeing you in the comment section and probably the next video. Take care. That was quite the explosion. I don't think I've ever had it exploded like that before, but double explosion.
You did your worst, you tried your best. Now it's time to rest.